Welcome to my video notes. In today's video I would look at the axis of the liver. That should be not blue, but that should be green. The liver axis here, and I would look at the axis of the spleen. Again, I will put the spleen a little higher, and the axis of course, this one. Okay, this needs to be red. We all know this one, the kidney down into the bladder. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now with the liver, we have a supporting garbage bin that holds the garbage, and this garbage bin needs to dump the garbage into your duodenum, go into your small intestine, and that should come out into the poop chute for you to flush it in the toilet. These videos are not meant for instructions, they are meant for my personal notes, so please feel free to comment. First of all, we say to ourselves that we could help the liver. We could help the liver to deliver. Of course, what the liver is delivering, so we are focusing on delivering some waste products here. What waste products, by the way? So let's say we have a tumor, we have a bacterial infection, and we apply a chemotherapy, we apply a radiation, we apply the anti-fungal, the antimicrobial, the antibiotic. Now this could be, these are words, so it could be whatever chemo, which could be plant-based chemo or chemical pharmaceutical grade chemo, where we know what radiation is. But anything that would damage a solid tumor, the solid tumor gets broken up, or let's say a biofilm, which is a collection of bacteria. They get broken up, and little pieces of bacteria get antibiotics or antifungal, and they get there. They start floating into the blood, all right, and the macrophages and so forth gets to pull them into something called the lymph nodes. It should be green. So the macrophages pull them into the lymph nodes, kills them if that is possible, and the lymph node moves on. All right, the lymph node do not go to the kidney, the lymph node moves on. Okay, many lymph nodes, and the lymph nodes for these may end up in the liver. Oh, interesting, huh? The lymph node may dump the bacterial waste into the liver. That's what's supposed to happen, because it is bacterial waste, tumor cells, cancer cells. These are what is called solid waste. So it would send the solid waste to the liver for treatment and disposal. The treatment is the liver having amino acids, and certain amino acids and other compounds, but amino acids and certain vitamins and certain other compounds, which you get from meat, eggs, fish in its purest form. Animal products have all what you need, but plants have too. You just have to learn how much plants and what have the plant have. So they bind these things, and the word bind means that they convert them from solid dangerous waste into bubble wrap. So they bubble wrap, and then they send it into the gallbladder. So the waste is now into the gallbladder. Okay, we'll get back to this. Now the conscious being in the morning wakes up, and he puts into his belly a fruit. The gallbladder says, I have waste here to dump, and he put inside here a fruit, and the fruit goes down, and you think you are doing yourself a favor. Okay, the second human being Wakes up in the morning, sees his gallbladder full of waste. He wakes up in the morning and he has something that has fats or oils. So maybe he has some butter here for the fats. He has eggs. He has maybe he's olive oil eater, coconut oil. He may have had like 100% dark chocolate, which is called cocoa, without the sugar and the milk. But he triggers that, or sesame seed oil, or something like an egg tea soup with sesame seed oil. But what he is doing, he is consciously making a decision to take off all the garbage that is stored here from the night before. Because remember, previously, the night before, the liver was conjugating all these nasty things, all these pieces of materials from the tumor, sending it down into the gallbladder. And so the conscious human being gets up. He has fats, oils. Some people say he does what is called a gallbladder flush, where he mixes a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil or whatever he has, something with fats. Olive oil has oleic acid, coconut oil a little bit, but something with fats. Just a little salt, a little warm lemon water to, help get things moving faster. And he drinks a little shot glass, nothing big, 3-4 tablespoons. But that triggers the stomach to make a hormone called CCK, or the small intestine makes this hormone and sends a signal up here, the duodenum. So one of them makes this hormone. Don't know which one. Sends the signal up here and tell the gallbladder to send down the bile. So he does that with whatever method of fats he's putting in. And when he does that, 30 minutes after, he has his oats. I mean, if you're a cancer person, you would stay away from that. Or he has his cucumbers. He has his cabbage, steam, of course, no raw foods. His cabbage. He has, what else? He has some kind of plant material, because that's daytime now, and in the day you have plant material. Or he has his good breads. When I say good breads, we're talking about he's making his own proper whole wheat bread, not from the grains. But whatever he's having has that agent that we call fiber, and that fiber is really what would bind the bile in the small intestine here. So he eats that and he binds the bile, he holds onto the waste, and he brings it down into the toilet. Of course, if he doesn't, let's say he's eating eggs in the morning, eggs and beef. He starts eating eggs and beef. You might say he doesn't have fiber, so he doesn't have a binder. So that's where he will look to say, I need to get a binder, and he may look to get some type of binder. Now, good binders could also include fruits. There are fruits that has good soluble and insoluble fiber. So here is where in the morning he would eat the fruit. First of all, he's saying, I'm eating the fruit in the morning, and in the morning alone, because I would get it the binding effect, but also I would put myself in a position where I get the glucose from the fruit, and I would use it because it's in the day. Morning time, daytime, you use this. So this is where the conscious being learns to get rid of bile. So let's go back up into the liver.